Purgatory 8. Will those who have not been merciful be judged harshly? Will those who have not been merciful during their life be judged harshly? In fact, it is explicitly said in scriptures by Jesus, for example in Luke chapter 6 verse 38. For with the measure which you use for others, God will also measure for you. There is even an entire parable of Jesus that illustrates how this will turn out. He tells of how a powerful king had a debtor who owed him 50 bags of wheat. He goes to call upon the person and asks to be reimbursed. And the debtor knelt down. I have no money to pay you back, but wait a while and I will pay you back. And the king had mercy upon him. As soon as he got home, this debtor, who himself had a debtor who owed him a small sack of wheat, rushed towards him, grabbed him by the neck, and said, "Pay me back now, or I'll sell your wife and children." The king heard what the evil servant had done, so he had said to him, "I have forgiven you all your debt, and you have not forgiven the debt of your neighbor." This parable is a good illustration of how individual judgment occurs and why the hard-hearted man is judged harshly. I would also add how the hard-hearted man judges himself harshly. In reality, everything happens in a covenant. When a hard-hearted man comes before Christ and converts to Christ and accepts his love, then he also becomes a true man, completely true. He recognizes all his sins in front of him. He recognizes in particular all his lack of mercy during his life. He sees his own sin. He looks at the sin of those he has condemned. He sees to what extent he was more guilty by his harshness and his pride. So, having become a true man, thanks to the power of the radiance of Jesus, he decides to judge himself righteously. Therefore, with the same harshness that he has used it for others. And so he says, like Zacchaeus in the gospel story, "I stole some money from some people. You will see, Lord, I will reimburse them 4 times. 4 times, it's more than a debt repayment. It's severe hardness. It's with interest. 4 times. We could say that this man is well punished by which he sinned. In fact, this man has become a saint. He acts with love and with truth. Christ, when he saw him act accordingly and imposed the most serious penalties upon himself, said, "Truly salvation has entered this house." And this man then freely goes to Purgatory, where he decides in the firmness of his resolution to pay off for all the debts of the sentence. Should he stay 1,000 years in Purgatory, this is the zeal of the holiness of the beginning of Purgatory. But in reality, what this man does not see is that his pride, his old hardness of heart remains within him. He judges himself harshly. He is not merciful unto himself. He is proud before Christ. He wants to appear noble standing before Christ. These are what we call in theology the remnant of sin. This man is no longer a mortal sinner since he loves Christ with all his heart, but there are remaining traces of his pride which he will have to purify, otherwise he will not be able to see God face to face yet.